self-consciousness per se as an experienced phenomenon is associated with negative emotion.
When I become more emotionally aware, what ends up happening is I go from right here, which is me thinking about my experience versus me experiencing my experience. And this is a much more raw and vulnerable experience. At a certain point in time in my life, or for us all, we had to disconnect from here because it was too intense to feel, and we had to live in this fantasy land of telling ourselves certain stories in order to cope with life. But what happens is when we open this up, well, there's a floodgate. There's a lot of things that are going to come with it. It's catch 22. So I become more emotionally aware, but I also become more vulnerable and more raw. Listen to what Jordan Peterson has to say about this.
Is it a blessing or a curse to feel everything so deeply?
It's both, I think. It's a blessing and a curse. So I suppose the benefit it delivers is an expanded scope of experience. And it's possible as well that if it was done well, it would be better than anything. But if it isn't done well, it's very, very punishing. So I think you can make that case about self-consciousness in people. I mean, self-consciousness as a trait loads on neuroticism. So, and when people say I became self-conscious, they usually mean they've become embarrassed or anxious, right? And those things do overlap to a tremendous degree. So self-consciousness per se as an experienced phenomenon is associated with negative emotion.
And that's the downside. What the upside is that I get to work through all those negative emotions that were already living inside of me. Because all emotions that I'm experiencing today are as a result of something, as generally as a result of something that happened yesterday. So it's not new, it's old. So opening that up, what I have to be aware of is that I'm ready to start really working on myself. But it's going to come with all that neuroticism, as you said.